Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Happy Halloween too, right? This is not my normal outfit. We are having a great party, of course, today, and so we're all dressed up. Funny outfit, serious topic. Boy, this reflection is killing me. Okay, so a couple of things. In the email, I talk about the number one competency right now. I want to talk to you today about your team and if you are and how you can make it the most efficient, most effective, most highly productive, best culture, and what's missing in most of leadership today. So we're going to talk about that and how you can use it in this fourth quarter and into next year and make yourself more successful. But first, let's get to the weekly market update. So as you can see, remember this is a price chart. The lower the price, higher the rates, higher the price, lower the rates. As you can see, from mid-September, remember I've been talking about this. We saw a huge peak in the morning of the 15th of October. We saw a crazy 177 basis points increase. That's about 0.75% in rate drop. But the very same day, it dropped all the way back down. As you can see, it went from a high of 105 to a low of 103.75. So we had, or excuse me, 135 basis points increase. So crazy run. And now we've seen, like we've seen the last four times, and I've talked about this a lot lately, a peak, another peak, another peak, another peak, four peaks in the last 2 years, every one followed by a retraction, what we call a Fibonacci retracement, and it's a natural thing to happen. So if your buyers are out there shopping for a home, you're looking at what rates are going to do, it is following a similar pattern where we will go back and rates will, and they have ticked up an eighth, a quarter. They'll probably continue to do that until we reach this level. It's never a straight shot. Just give you a tip for that when you're out there selling this weekend. If it's been a bit and you either had people that haven't been pre-approved, been looking for a couple of months, they may be able to qualify for more home. They got pre-approved right here. Just make sure they understand that the payment may be a little bit higher, rates may be a little bit higher when they actually get that contract. Okay, got a lot of ground to cover, so let's get to it on this. Guys, trust is such a big deal. Trust is the number one competency you can have that will increase the speed. If you have low trust, it's a tax, right? Cost goes up, speed goes down. If you have high trust, speed goes up and cost goes down. It is the way to lead your organization, lead your team, and if you want to grow a team and you're small right now, maybe you just have one assistant, or maybe you've got some team, already have a team, wherever you're at, focusing on building trust right now and having a team of high trust is going to be what takes you to the next level in 2015 if you do nothing else different. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And a couple of things I want to give you some context of low trust and high trust juxtaposed. And I'm going to give some quotes from a great book, and I encourage you to pick it up, called The Speed of Trust by Stephen Covey. Not Stephen Covey Sr., but his son, right? And so I'll give you a couple of things. One, three big ideas on trust. Trust is a measurable economic driver. Trust is the number one competency of leaders today that are effective leaders. And trust is a learnable skill. Okay? It's a learnable leadership skill. It's something you can use in your business. Take the example of Sarbanes-Oxley, right? It was a response to Enron, WorldCom, there were a lot of corporate scandals. So they came in and they made all of these rules, and it's helped maintain trust in the public markets, but there's been a big cost to that. Right? It's come at a substantial price. All executives subject to Sarbanes-Oxley rules know the amount of time it takes to comply with its regulations as well as the added cost of doing so. So once we understand the hard, measurable economics of trust, it's like putting on a new pair of glasses. Everywhere you look, everywhere we look, we can see quantifiable impact. So it's a tax. If you look at Sarbanes-Oxley and even airports with trust, right? All the extra time it takes to go through airports now because of the lack of trust, because of a lot in 2011, right? So let's take the opposite, high trust, okay? High trust, instead of having, with low trust, you have lower speed, higher cost. With high trust, you have faster speed and lower cost. Look at Warren Buffett. When he acquired a company, it was a $23 billion company, McLean Distribution, from Walmart. And most due diligences take 6 months, 7 months. They cost millions of dollars when you're making a $23 billion purchase. You know what he did? He had a 2-hour meeting, did a handshake, and bought the company within a month. He even wrote in his report, I know I can trust. No due diligence has been done. I know I can trust what Walmart says that they're going to do, and we're done. They can trust him. He can trust them. He asked the question at the meeting, if I look in these numbers, am I going to find everything that you said to be true? The gentleman said, yes, you will. And that's all it took. Guys, that's high trust. That's the impact. That's the juxtaposition of high trust versus low trust and how that can affect you in your business. So here's what and this is how it relates to you. If your team doesn't trust you, if you don't have credibility with them, if you're not always trying to do things that are honest, transparent, and building that trust, then when you tell them to do something, they're never sure, and they can never be fully bought into what you're saying you're going to do, into your vision. And when they can't do that, they're never going to give you 100%. They can't. It's human nature, and you're never going to reach your full potential. So here's what I recommend you do for yourself and for your team. Now, by the way, if you're going to be in the mastermind next week, you are going to be able to, if you're on track to do at least $11 million this year in production, or you've done that in the past, you'll be in the top 250 of realtors in DFW, and you qualify to become a part of the mastermind group. Several of you are already in the mastermind group, so you'll get more of this on Wednesday, because we're going to have Jason Sherman do a longer talk on this. We're going to have Kurt Bueller, number 2 in the top 5 realtors in DFW, and his team. He's going to show you how he's built that and how to build trust and how to build teams even better, and some more tactical stuff. If you want to learn more about how to get that or get some of these forms that I'm going to show you, just email me back, ping me back, and we'll take care of you on that. But let's talk about this. Let's go here. Trust behaviors, guys. This is very interesting. So this is what I encourage you to do, and here's an example form of this. But these 13 trust behaviors, do this for you and have your team do this. So I've made it very self-explanatory. Read the descriptions of each of the 13 trust behaviors below and rank the importance of each, 1 being most important behavior to 13 being the lesser important behavior. Then weigh your top behaviors. So guys, look at this. Talk straight, demonstrate respect, create transparency. There's a lot of behaviors. So then you'll see the description of those behaviors. And then you kind of see, this is an example of my ranking, right? So for me, it's, hey, get better is really important to me. It's my number 1. If I see you constantly improving, if I see you increasing your capabilities, you're a constant learner, that means a lot to me. It weighs about 60% on a 100% scale, most important. Out of the top 5, it has 60% of the weight. And you can see clarifying expectations is important next, or demonstrating respect is important after that, then clarifying expectations, then listening first, and creating transparency. So these kinds of things are what's important to me. You need to find out what's important to you, and more importantly, you need to give this to your employees and have them do it and have an evaluation about that. And then you can also have a self-evaluation of your trust, your score, and then if you're a manager, the manager's score of that and ways to improve. You can give this to your team and have them do that. And you can also go here and do it for your team. I'll put my names in there as examples, but you can look at the trust type, and that's what I'll finish off on. There are 3 types of trust. You need to know what type of team you have and what type of people you have on your team and what type of person you are. Are you rated yourself a 1, a 0, where no trust ever? You don't trust, period. Even whether or not they've ever done anything to break that trust, you just don't trust people. 2, you trust until. Hey, I'll trust you. As soon as you do something, whoa, we're done. Or 3, you trust them. Maybe they break that trust a little bit. You don't like it, but you continue to trust, continue to trust, continue to trust. So there are 0, 1, and 2. You rate yourself, know your team. You need to know what's important to them, how to build trust, how you are trusted, and how you can grow that, and you will have the best year yet. Hope this is helpful. I'm always here to help. Remember, see below, join the Tuttle Group and Oaks Realtor Growth Program. The link's in the email. We want to help you grow. I want to see you have your best year yet in 2015. Let me know how I can help. We're here for you this weekend for your offers, making offers on listings, whatever you need. We want to increase referrals, increase your production, decrease the time it takes you to produce, and increase your quality of life. Happy Halloween. Have a great weekend.